Alright, I'm recording. We're trying it again. Let's do this. We attempted to do this before, but it didn't work, so here we go. And Bacon now has blue hat on. And a gray shirt. He's gonna give us a little nipple. Come on. You know you want to. Just a little bit. Alright, so this is James from TheNelsonsVlog, and I'm going to be putting this video up on my game channel, NelsonGameTv, and this is what I'm hoping to be the first of quite a few podcasts where we just kind of talk about video games, and I bring someone in and I talk to them about video games. And so my first person is going to be this guy right here, this guy, who's been my good friend for a long time. We've been friends for how long now, Bacon?
Halo 2 days? Sound about right?
Halo 2 came out before my daughter was born.
Before?
Yeah, it was before my daughter was born, so it was at least
2004.
Was it 2004?
Yep, 2004, bro, when it came out.
I'm trying to think. Okay. So 2004, we played a lot of video games together, unfortunately, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes. So, I don't know. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I just kind of want to just leave it open. But you know what we should do is we should just kind of like give each other a background, like I don't know,
Cool.
game preference, platform preference. I don't know. Just open it up.
Simple, bro. Console gamers, been together since 2004 is when we probably met. Us and a few of our friends, obviously. And we're talking Manny Fresh, Mossology, Mospitarenes, and his newest name, freaking True Technique, of course.
He stole
Scholar,
yeah, Scholar.
He's up on the mix as well.
But Scholar wasn't a part of the core four. So we have four people that we first joined together, and that's me, this guy, another guy named Manny, and our friend Moss. And I call that the core four. That was like the first original group. And then Junior came in after that. And then I think Killicron came after that. Right?
Yep.
And then who else after that? We're missing somebody.
That's pretty much it. I mean, other people have come and gone, type of thing.
Right. Well, we have our group friends, but the core four will always remain. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my ass one day. One day. So, started on Halo 2.
Remember? Tramp Stamp.
Tramp stamp.
Tramp Stamp.
You go for the tramp stamp. That's your thing. That's not my thing. But I'm guessing Manny is gonna get it sometime. We should get him drunk one night and just take him to the tattoo bar.
Make it happen.
That'll fix that, right? So, what's your favorite game of all time ever? Please don't tell me
Gears of War, my friend.
Why?
Gears of War, my friend.
Why? Well, first of all, which
Gears of War? I'll tell you why. Let me tell you. Well, Gears of War is a series, but I think the first one, I would have to say the first one or the third one. But there's something about that game, man. I tell everybody, to me, it's so rewarding, the team aspect of that game, and talking about a nucleus or like a core four, or whatever that case might be. That's where a lot of our nights were spent, I guess you could say. Just I think I feel pretty comfortable saying that that's probably been the game that we played the most. Maybe followed by Halo 2, dude, if I'm not mistaken. I know we played a lot of Halo 2 when we were just starting to know each other, but no dirty thoughts, dirty horror.
I played a lot of Halo 2, and that's probably my all-time favorite game. Well, at least the game that I was the best at, and because I played it so much that I would go in and I would win every game because I was good.
Right.
We did good on Gears 1, and that's because that was when we first got together, and And back then, on the first Gears, if you hadn't played it, it was only 4 players to start out with. So, and then they moved it up to 5 on Gears 2, right? I think I'm thinking right.
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 Yeah, I think Gears. No. Gears 3 was no. No, yeah, Gears 2. You're right. Gears 2 was the one that increased the player count to 5v5, and then 3 followed. Judgment followed, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, man. I mean, I'm telling you, there's something about that game that just the teamwork that gets involved with that game. Oh man, just to me, when you get a kill on any of the Gears games is just very rewarding, especially when you have those 1v1s, 1v2s, if you can pull them. And
when it's
movement,
like you
I think,
against like the 3 players at the end of the game, and you end up taking them all out, and you just get mad props for taking them all out. I remember those days, dude.
not mad props, not mad props, bro. We call them Rudies.
Yeah,
It's
Rudy's.
the Rudy moments.
That was the Rudy moments. And then
It's the Rudy moments.
oh man, the trash talking. That was like
Yes.
the best thing about
But I mean,
Gears 1. It was
Yeah.
annoying at the time, but looking back, it was like one of the funnest parts about it. You know, because everyone would just talk all that crap at the beginning of the game, and then
Right.
you would go in there and own them, and then when the game got over, they either wouldn't say shit or they would just leave. They would just leave. So, yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so Gears 3 is the best game. What's the worst game you ever played?
What's the what again?
The worst game you ever played?
Worst game I ever played.
Yeah.
Worst game. Those are harsh words, bro. Damn. I mean, I played bad games, but I can't really.
Just one that comes to mind.
I don't really have a
hate the most
game. I mean, I guess I'll go way back. I remember. I don't know if you heard about this one or not, but the infamous Battletoads for the what was it, Super NES or NES? Where no, it was NES if I'm not mistaken. Where there was there's one of the levels that it's unbeatable.
I can't even see you now, by the way. You've just
What's up?
You just disappeared from view. I can't even see you. You're just in the dark.
Yeah. Can you see me?
Turn the light back on.
Can you see me?
There you go. I can see you now. Perfect. Alright, so
There?
anyway, what were you saying?
Yeah. I was saying Battletoads. Just it was one of those things that there was. It was almost impossible to beat, bro. One of the hardest levels ever. And again, it was Battletoads NES. I think it was like the 3rd or 4th level, if I'm not mistaken. You're riding like these little bike thingies, and it was so freaking hard to beat, man. So it was a fun game, but very frustrating. I don't know if that answers the worst level ever or the worst game ever, but I just remember being very, 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 very frustrated with that game.
I don't think I've ever played that game.
I mean,
or
other
even
than
heard
that,
of it. Nah.
Battletoads, bro. You don't remember Battletoads?
I
The little frogs, you know, they're all like all roided up. Just a lot of muscle to them.
Nope.
Come on, man.
I
Google
played
it real quick. Battletoads.
I played a lot of NES games. I do not remember that one. I probably played it, but I probably just don't remember it based off of the name of it. So.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going way back, dude. But I don't know, the worst games, dude. I'm not.
There's a lot of them.
Trying to.
There is a lot of them. Like one of mine is it's not really the worst game, but it was one of those games that was pretty much unbeatable, and that was the Turok on the 64. You could not beat that game without the cheat codes. There's no way you could beat that game without the cheat codes. I played that thing for hours. You could not beat that game. But that was also the system that brought us GoldenEye and other stuff like that. So. But yeah, my favorite was, again, Halo, and then, Turok would probably be my least favorite game. It was the most frustrating, because I got all that way to the end, and then there was no way you could do it. But anyway, let's see. Talking about moving forward. I know we're kind of moving kind of quickly, but I didn't want this to be too long. So, looking forward. Right now, we have...
hold on, Marty. Did I hear something?
What?
Did I hear something?
Did you hear something? No.
Yes. Oh, you want to talk about Titanfall? Oh, yeah, man. Let's go over that.
Oh, that's your future thing. Okay, no.
That's what you want to talk about.
No. Not yet. Not that I'm against Titanfall. I played it. Hey. Watch it, buddy. I know where you live. No, I'm talking about like just games that are coming out that you might know of in general, to the systems and all that other stuff. Being the experienced gamer that you are.
Say that again. Being the what?
Being the experienced gamer.
Sorry, it keeps cutting off a little bit.
My bad.
Yes.
Just talk about what your thoughts are on the future and what you're excited about other than Titanfall. Because everyone's excited about Titanfall because that's the only playable game on Xbox One right now, next to Battlefield 4. I mean, there's Dead Rising, but oh, screw you.
No, not Battlefield 4. No.
This guy does not like Battlefield 4. If you are a fan of Battlefield 4, please spam him. I will put his email address in the description.
So other games that I'm excited about besides Titanfall. I heard, I don't know if you remember us talking about this or not, but there's a little rumor going on that they might do a remake, kind of like an HD remake of Halo 2. I don't know if you heard about that or not. Kind of like how they did Halo Anniversary or the Halo 1 remake or whatnot. There's supposed to be a remake of Halo 2, possibly out this year, towards the end of the year or fourth quarter or whatnot. Destiny. I'm kind of excited to see what the Bungie peeps are gonna pull off there with Destiny.
Gonna be like pretty big, right? It's gonna be like MMO-ish, isn't it?
It seems like MMO-ish, but I still don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be like an MMO-ish like World of Warcraft, where there's just a lot of people going, at once, or if it's gonna be more MMO-ish where there's only 4 people at once, or I don't know, something along those lines. So I really don't know. I really don't know one or the other. But yeah, it seems like they're trying to hit like an MMO-ish, and then of course, as I told you and shared it with everyone, Microsoft purchased the rights for Gears, and even though we probably won't see it for at least another couple of years, if any, I'm hearing 2016 as far as the release date. So definitely looking for that. As far as this year's concerned, really Titanfall, man. I think we're going to be spending quite a bit of time on that game. And end of the year, I guess this E3 will be interesting to see what's going to come out of it, since it was the last E3 was mainly systems out, whatever the case might be, and this might be we might be working on.
That Microsoft
exactly
brought upon itself from
the
douchebag that was
so this
running
E3 should be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude with the long hair, bro. I don't know what his name is.
He works for.
He went to like Zynga or some
Zynga
shit
or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know how he got that job. That guy was not on track with gamers.
I think his name's Matt.
I don't know what his vision was, but it was completely off, and I guess it showed. So, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to. Oh jeez, I'm looking to see like what all the good stuff that comes out of E3. I know there's going to be a lot of games. Everyone's going to be showing off, some of the beginnings of like, the potential of the new gen systems, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4. We both have Xbox Ones. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I've played it. I've played a little bit of it. Have you played it at all?
I mean, more like a demo stations, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it, and I messed around.
Yeah,
with
that's pretty much it. I haven't really spent too much time.
I'm more of an Xbox fan. Microsoft. I don't know. I don't like the dashboard on the PlayStation 4. But anyway, I'm just really excited, dude, because the games that we have, like Battlefield 3, I think Titanfall is using like a lot of the mechanics that were in the old systems. It wasn't built for this thing. I don't think it's going to be pushing any like breaking any new ground or pushing any boundaries with these systems. I think it's just a standard game that was built for the previous consoles that they switched over to like Xbox One and PlayStation. Oh, I guess it's only Xbox One. And then Metal Gear Solid. I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. That's coming out. So I'm looking forward to that. Because that's like an open world, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And you can play as Snake, because I think the last one was Raiden. You played him. I haven't played a Metal Gear game for a while, because most of them come out on PlayStation. So, but this one's supposed to be both. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, what are you looking at?
What about what am I looking at? I'm actually on Twitter.
Oh, you are?
Looking at what people are talking about.
Okay.
What about aren't you an Elder Scrolls fan?
I played some
Elder Scrolls
Skyrim.
Online's coming up.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of hype behind it, but it's been kind of falling off a little bit. I mean, I know a lot of people are excited about it, but someone said something, and I can't remember if it was a video or if I read something, where one of the best things about that game is like you're the hero. About Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls games and all the past games for that it focuses on you directly, so you're the hero. So now it's going to be open. So how's that going to change the game? Because you're not going to be the most important person in the land now. You're going to have 50,000 other people playing the same game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out, and that's actually supposed to be coming to Xbox One, right?
I'm hoping to see like the kind of like the more of that MMO, even some of the Dota games, like the League. I don't even know if it's gonna happen or not, but like League of Legends, kind of like Dota. I know those are big games, especially like in Twitch. You always see them being way up there. I think they're called MOBAs, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm kind of interested to see if those are gonna be announced, or maybe Microsoft might grab a contract with one of them, or pay them a shitload of money like they normally do, just to secure them.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that too.
You know what? The other one that I forgot. The other one that I forgot. I know you're not a fan of at all, but. FIFA, bro. The World Cup is coming this summer, dude. You got to get excited about that. I'm sure you don't care.
I'm not excited.
Exactly.
I played FIFA. FIFA once. For some reason, I couldn't keep track of my character, and I just wasn't interested in it at all. So I just completely lost focus. Got completely
hand-eye coordination.
Actually, I think it was you. I think it was at your house. I think I played it over at your house because. I don't think of any other place that would play.
So the World Cup, I know the World Cup is coming. EA is probably going to be releasing that. I would imagine in the next couple of months, since I think the World Cup starts in June, July.
So what would you like to see with it then?
What would I like to see with it? Well, I think with those FIFA games, you can only, you can only see so much. It's not like. FIFA's pretty solid, as it is. I really don't know what else they can improve on to make it even more solid. I think they're already pretty good games.
Do you think it would be more fun if they maybe added like more players? So say you, Manny, and Moss play FIFA, right? All three of you guys can jump on the same game.
Roster-wise, that's already pretty solid as.
I think we're getting a little bit of lag, by the way.
I think we are, yeah. You keep cutting in and out.
Yeah.
What were you saying? We can jump on the same game and what?
Where basically you guys can jump like all in the same game and
Mhm.
control different characters.
Yeah, well, that's actually already a feature on FIFA. You can actually play. So to the audience, this tells you how much Almighty knows his FIFA, if
But
you
the thing
will.
is isn't it
Uh,
only two?
no, right now on FIFA, and this was actually already available on the previous FIFA,
Mm-hmm.
on FIFA 2013. But you can play 11. So I don't know if you know this, Almighty, but it's 11 players per team playing at once. So a total of 22. Right now, and again, it started on the previous FIFA, which is FIFA 13. You can play 11 players against 11 players right now.
I didn't know that.
So you can already control. So you can literally have a squads of 22 people going at it at once.
Wow.
It's a little crazy, but actually Moss, uh, he's a pretty big FIFA player. He actually plays quite a bit of FIFA on the Xbox One,
Mm-hmm.
and we used to play where you basically had on your team you had probably 5 people, 5 versus 5 or 6 versus 6, but you could go all the way to 11, 11 versus 11.
Mm-hmm. I could see myself playing it if it was more like that. I didn't even know that. Because that way there's less characters for
Yeah,
me
you can
to
do.
switch to. Because that's, like I said, that's
Yeah,
where I
it's
kind
all.
of got like mixed up and stuff. Was I got to switch to this character and then I got to switch to that one, and then they're so tiny on the screen, and I'm like, I can't see where they're going, and I wasn't following. But I don't know. I'll have to try it again. I'll have to try it again one day. But yeah.
We'll probably play a little bit when we play when we do Titanfall.
But MMO immigration, that's something I've been waiting for a long time, and I always thought the Xbox 360 would have the capability to do it. Because PlayStation had, what was that game called? I played it, where it had the 160 people. I think it wasn't called MAG, was it?
Oh, yeah. It was Mag.
Mag? Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many, but yeah, it was up there.
I played that game, and that was
The only one that I
nuts.
can think of MMO, the only one that I can think of MMO style was I think there was a Final Fantasy game that you had to pay no, was it? I don't know if it was Final Fantasy, but it was one of those JRPGs that um that it was kind of MMO-ish, and you had to pay a monthly subscription.
Yeah, I think that was Final Fantasy 14. I'm not sure. I'm probably wrong. Again, I lost touch with Final Fantasy. I'm an old school Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy 7 all the way. I even got it on Steam. But as far as the new ones, I just completely lost touch. And the fans have been screaming at Square Enix for years. Make a new Final Fantasy VII game. That's all you have to do. You'll make millions upon millions upon millions of dollars if you would just do that. And they continue to make these pieces of crap. And so I don't even...
Are we lagging again?
A little bit. I think it caught up a little bit, and then it lags again, and then it catches up. So, but I want to see the MMO immigration with the new gen consoles. I really want like the epic warfare, because like when I did play MAG, it was really fun to sit up on the hill and like watch people. Because I played a few capture the flag type thing, or kind of like Conquest, and you would just see like massive amounts of people just flood one area, and if you were watching it from afar, it's just very cool to see like what other people are doing and how they get around certain situations. That's why I like Battlefield 4, because you could just sit back and watch everything go down. You don't even have to do anything. You just sit back and you watch the 64 players go at it. Well, minus you. But it's just epic. I love
just to confirm on the 360, yeah, it's Final Fantasy 11 online. So it was kind of like an MMO-ish with a subscription thingy.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I also kind of piggybacking off of that. I wouldn't mind. Well, I show you a tweet from, I forget, Face Punch Studios, I think it is, where they're stating that Rust. It seems like there's plans to bring in it a console, and what else? Kind of like your Daisy-ish.
Oh I would love to see DayZ
man,
on the console. That would be
dude,
amazing to me.
I think it'll happen, but it's probably gonna take a little bit.
I'm sure. I
It'll
know
take a
it's
few
really
hours.
good on the PC, but I think it would be great on console. It would make a killing.
Right.
I really want to play it. I haven't played it yet.
I think so.
I played the first version of it, like for like a second. I think you showed it to me once, but I haven't played it since all the updates and everything. But I watch playthroughs. I watch other people do playthroughs, and it's amazing game. And so that's one game I definitely want to play. So coming back around full circle,
Yes, sir.
I guess we're going to talk about Titanfall because that's just the next game that's coming out. And so your thoughts on it, and then I'll do my thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Sure. Titanfall. Had the opportunity to play the beta. What was it? A couple weekends ago or last weekend?
It was last weekend.
And believe the hype, peeps. Believe the hype. That game is just super fun, fast-paced as hell. I did not, and I know you mentioned it, I know a few people have mentioned it. I didn't think it was gonna be that fast-paced, but it's very fast-paced. Just constant chaos, sausage fest going on that game. But I have to give him props, man. That Vincent Impella, one of the founders for Infinity Ward back in the Modern Warfare 4. No, I'm sorry, not Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4, first Modern Warfare game, and I believe it was Call of Duty 6, Modern Warfare 2. So they're the guys that are now, as you guys probably already know, created Respawn and started Respawn, I should say. And man, I can't say enough, dude, about that game. Just super fast paced, lots of fun. And I think I know there's been a lot of talk, and I don't know if we want to say controversy or not, but about the whole bots, and how the bots would work, and is it fair or not, blah blah. I think the bots they're really good to kind of fill space, if you will, and at the same time, I think it's one of those games that with bots, it really helps all audiences, not just the hardcore gaming or the starting gaming or whatever you want to say, casual gamers, I should say. It makes feel. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I thought it was one of those things that you play the game and you're like, man, I'm actually doing good. I got a positive KDR. Then when you start getting a little more into it, you start realizing, okay, well, I'm getting obviously a lot more bots. I think they're called grunts, if I'm not mistaken. And then the human players, those are called pilots. So I think one of the reasons why they did that is to really reach all audiences. And again, it's one of those games that whether you're just killing bots or whatever the case might be, it gives you that kind of I'm a good player type of vibe, even though you're just killing grunts again.
Right.
But I think that was done on purpose again to really captivate all audiences and make sure that everybody feel comfortable. Hate to compare, but of course this game is going to be compared, to the Call of Duties and all that. On a Call of Duty multiplayer match, usually you're going to get your ass handed to you, especially if you're more of a casual gamer. And I think when that happens, it pushes people away, from the game, since you're not really having fun and you're just getting stomped every time you play.
I disagree with you on that, just real quick on that. Because I have to disagree, because the way they changed Call of Duty is they made it more easy for the casual gamer to play. So when you go into a multiplayer match, you're going to get killed by somebody who just started playing the game. That's something that just happens, And so I have to disagree that way. See, this Titanfall felt more.
I think.
Sorry, the lag again.
No.
Go ahead.
Titanfall felt what? My right boob was itching, and I had to scratch a little bit.
Okay. Just no male nudity. Okay. Let's
Yes.
keep that.
I mean, you can always blur it out, bro. I think
I'm actually not.
I think Sony Vegas has the little squares.
This is not edited. Remember, my computer's not doing the best right now, so there's no edits whatsoever. Everything that you say, everything you blink is all going online, and everyone is going to criticize you for what you're saying. That's the way the internet works.
See.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested to see what any of the viewers or your audience there on Nelson Gaming TV have to say about it. But I really believe that if you were to take just a Call of Duty game, a multiplayer game, and then you were to take a Titanfall game, again, well, since it's multiplayer only, if you were to take both of those, I really feel that let's go more with a casual gamer, not so much your hardcore gamer. If you take a casual gamer and you put it on a Call of Duty multiplayer game versus Titanfall game, I feel that individual will do better on the Titanfall one because of the bots and so forth versus Call of Duty, even though I can somewhat agree with being toned down, the Call of Duty series being toned down for anybody to jump in there and play. But I still feel that Titanfall will reach a lot more of an audience versus Call of Duty in what I was saying earlier, that it'll be more of a, you get kills, whether it's human players, pilots, or the grunts, which are the bots, and that's a good feeling, right? I mean, you feel good about getting kills. You're not getting stomped every single time. It's still helping you to get that tie-in, and then once you get the tie-in, whether you last or not, it's just a good feeling, man. And then all those little just all those little skits that they're doing, like how the time grabs you and puts you inside, and all those little animations, or when you're I'm sure you did it a few times on the Xbox, where one of the times is about to die, and you punch him, it'll do again this animation. I'm sure you guys have seen it on YouTube, where it'll just reach in, just rip that pilot from the tine, and almost glance at it for a second, and then just throw him across the map. Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I lost audio. Mic unplug. Oh, your controller turned off. That's your cue to be quiet there, buddy. There we go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Forgot to move.
Yeah, I forgot to keep moving. But yeah, what I was saying is all those little animations. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. All those little animations, again, they're not necessarily game changers, I would say, but man, it just makes that game so fluid. Man, I can't say enough about it.
All right, so now I'm gonna be devil's advocate now. Now you gotta listen to my spiel about the whole thing, my arguments, everything. Because we got Bacon, who's been playing Battlefield 4, and he's not a big fan of Battlefield 4 at the moment. So he's excited about a new game, and that happens to be Titanfall. And I'm
hungry for a damn game that we can all play.
No, I agree with you too, because there's a couple. I really enjoy Battlefield 4, but sometimes it's getting kind of old, and there's not really that many games out for Xbox One that I really want to play. So Titanfall's the next thing is coming out, so I'm excited about it. When I found out about the 6 vs 6, I was like, oh man. I had originally thought that it was going to be
I agree.
24 at least, or maybe even more. And so when I heard 6 vs 6, I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, it's going to suck. I'm like, 6 vs 6, no win.
No, and then I think too, I just got this new console, I paid so much money for it, blah, blah, blah. And you're thinking, oh, okay, finally we get to play 100 versus 100, or I don't know, whatever the hell it might be, right? But 6 versus 6.
6 versus 6. But, okay, so I had that perception going into it. I knew it was going to be like Call of Duty, like the actual feel of the weapons and stuff like that. I knew that it had the whole parkour in it, so, I got the beta, thankfully. Thank you, Manny. I got access to the beta, and when I played it, I was really shocked. I was really shocked about how fast-paced it was, and it really kept you going. And I had a good time playing it. I really did. I didn't find the Titans really to be that necessary, because in a lot of the game types, except for the one where you just have Titans. I don't find the Titans to be that necessary because I think the most points you get is out of killing pilots. Don't do that to me, Bacon. Don't do that to me, Bacon.
I'm letting you talk, bro.
Oh,
I'm just.
I know.
It's more body language, but I'm letting you talk.
But I found that I always did better when I didn't jump into my Titan and wasted my time fighting other Titans. Instead, I was running around getting kills, killing bots, killing pilots that were jumping out of their Titans or jumping up on Titans and killing them. I just found a better use of my time not actually being in the Titan. It's fun being in the Titan. Don't get me wrong. But I just found my time better spent outside of the Titan. But yeah, the game mechanics were smooth. Everything ran great. There was no hiccups. The features like the burn card, that's interesting. I kind of wish that they, like, if you select a burn card, like you could have it like that whole game or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's too much to be asking for.
Don't you think that would be overpowered, though?
It might be. I don't know. But it kind of sucked because I had a few burn cards that I wanted to use. And I ran up there and I got shot and I lost it. I'm like, no. So...
But think about how because again, I hate to keep saying this, but this game is going to be pitted against... It's going to be, again, pitted against Call of Duty. How does this game stack up against Call of Duty? And especially with all the drama with Infinity Ward and Respawn and all them people, I think that the creative approach to it, games will come and they'll really revolutionize how the game is played, kind of like a first-person shooter. We can talk about Halo, when the first Halo came out, and then when Halo 2 came out, and how the impact that game had on we'll say on a FPS, specifically the multiplayer part of it. I mean, there's so many aspects of Halo that, let's say specifically Halo 2, that till this day you see on a Call of Duty, that you see on I don't know, Loadout, whatever game you want to think of. So you don't want to reinvent the wheel, but take good aspects of whatever the game is and incorporate it on the new one, but give it that fresh feel to it, where you're not, oh, I'm playing Call of Duty again, or oh, I'm playing Halo again. So I think what they did with the burn cards is maybe not a kill streak per se, or we could argue whether it's a kill streak or not, but it just gives you a little bit of a taste to it, but not overpowering enough. I think if you left it on for the whole game, that might be a little bit overpowering, especially when you start saying, okay, all 6 players, 6 versus 6, like all 12 players have whatever crazy burn cards. Well, think about that. I don't know if you ever got one of those burn cards, the one where you could actually get a Titanfall from the get-go. I don't know if you got one on the beta or not.
I did, but you know what? When I kind of was saving it, and because I saved it, one day it just disappeared. I never used it.
Oh, I see. I know I had one for... It wasn't like the I think there's 3 Titans, if I'm not mistaken. The Ogre, the Strider, and whatever the regular one is. But I got one for the regular one where you could spawn it right away. And again, to me, that something like that would be overpowering if it just stayed on the whole time.
I'm talking like the weapon ones, like the better smart pistol, or something. The
shotgun.
Maybe not have it if you die, but maybe give you like a select amount of time to use it instead. I don't know, just a thought. But what you were talking about before though, jeez, I lost my train of thought. All right, I lost it. Whatever, I lost it.
Rookie.
I was thinking of something, and then I'm like, I just kept letting you talk, and then I noticed the lag, and then I completely just lost it. It's gone forever.
Talking about the smart pistol, dude, I don't think I used it once on multiplayer.
Really?
I didn't even use that thing.
I had fun.
I kept saying that I wanted to use it, but I never.
It was interesting because you could take out the bots like that. They would be just gone. Like it only needed one lock on the head, You didn't even have to take any time to do it. The pilots took 3, and it seriously took like 2 or 3 seconds, a second per lock, and that's a lot of time, dude, in a game like that. And so, yeah, it was pretty interesting.
And maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason they did it like that too. Again, kind of like a paper rock scissors thing, where you don't even have to aim with that gun. But to your point, I think grunts, you kill them on the first shot.
Right.
But an actual human player, you really got to lock on a few times. Exactly, yeah.
And you can hard aim on it, but the problem is that I don't think it does as much damage as anything else. So even if you're hard aiming, it's still really hard to kill them. You gotta fire a bunch of times. You gotta be fast on your trigger. And so, I had fun with it. I would just remember what I was going to tell you. By the way, I just remembered when you were comparing Call of Duty to Titanfall and how it's going to stack up against that. I think, personally, now everyone's played Call of Duty. We played a lot of Call of Duty, and I think I can pretty much put this out there because I think everyone else feels the same way. Call of Duty has basically been the same game since Modern Warfare 2, at least, or Call of Duty 4, some people believe. Water? You're thumbsing up water?
I'm promoting. Maybe we'll get a deal from Fries.
Yeah, I got
Fries water.
I got this here. Yeah, it's the orange carrot drink. It's
Oh my
really
god,
good.
dude! I haven't had one of those in a while, dude.
Dude, this is so good. I just started drinking these, and I'm like, they're like $2 a bottle. But anyway,
I don't even know how long it's been since I had one of those.
yeah, it's good though. It's good. But I feel that every Call of Duty game has been the same. You're only paying $60. They don't even change anything in that game except for a few scopes and the map. They move things around the map. They've been making a grip. They haven't changed crap about that game, and I hate it. And that's why I quit playing it after Black Ops 2. Just stopped. I think Titanfall is what Call of Duty 3 should have been. I think that's what it should have evolved to. And so it's to me it's still an older game, and I feel like eventually it's fun right now because there's nothing for us really to play except for Battlefield and that. But I just feel like we're gonna get bored with it real quick. The game, even the beta. I know it's just a beta, but I have a feeling that once it finally releases, there'll be a few more weapons and a lot, a few more maps. But the game types are going to be the same, and that we're just going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And see, I've dove into the whole open world genre. I mean, we're playing Rust. I've played Minecraft, and I like having control of what I'm doing. Either I want to screw around or I want to play serious. That's why I really want to see games like Rust. Not Rust. Rust and DayZ on consoles because they're open world. You can do whatever you want. You can either play serious or you can go in there and you can screw around. It's up to you. You control what you're doing, and that's the best experience for me. But this repetitive stuff
and I think it caters. I think it caters to. I mean, you have great points. I think the only thing is though, when you compare a Rust DayZ to a Titanfall, I think they cater to different audiences again. And the reason for that, I enjoy both type of games. The looting, open world, survival, again, DayZ, Rust. But at the same time, with a Titanfall type of game, very fast paced, in and out from a game. I think games have. I mean, I didn't time them, but I would say that the games would average maybe 10 minutes, if anything. But again, it's so fast-paced and so much shit happening and things blowing up and running around and whatnot. But I think that's the game will be fresh, to your point, probably for a few months. But then after that, whether some people find it repetitive or not, I mean, you got to kind of to like a point that you were saying. Think about Call of Duty, and maybe you have a better explanation than I do about this. The same formula of Call of Duty has been out since Modern Warfare, which was, I think it was 2007, maybe 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So think about it. From 2007 till now, we're looking at 7 years of every single year, there's a new installment of Call of Duty to some degree, I guess you could say. Uh, which I agree to your point is maybe just reskin maps and maybe a couple perks or kill streaks or whatever.
Right.
But think about that. That game continues being the most popular game. And when we say popular, we're talking sales figure wise. I mean, I don't have the sales figures with me, but Activision is milking the shit out of that cow because it
over a
sells.
billion with that game. I know it.
Oh yeah. So then to your point where you say, well, the game, repetitive where it's gonna die out quickly or why not? Then I think, well, Call of Duty hasn't died out. Maybe it'll die out for us, type of thing. But when you take again that general audience, I don't know. People just get hooked on that damn game, and
I just
you know what I mean.
something that can basically prove my point, and that is, do you remember what was the best thing about playing your most favorite game, Gears of War? Right? Was the Rudy moments.
To me, the most favorite game about Rudy. There's three things about Gears of War. The Rudy moments that we talked about again, where you're just left on your own and you have to take two or three other people from the other team, and sometimes, usually you wouldn't, but the times that you would succeed at that and take the opposite team even though you were outnumbered,
right.
Very satisfying, very rewarding. Going off of that, I think that this might sound kind of cheesy, but the intimacy of that game, as far as you getting kills, I don't know why I'm using intimacy and kills together, but when you had that shotgun and you were on that one-on-one and guts spilling everywhere, to me that was very rewarding than just shooting somebody with a little MSG or whatever the hell it is, SMG I think it is, and also just the teamwork and the close quarters of the maps.
But did you see any of that when you were playing the Titanfall beta? I didn't see any of that.
As a matter of fact,
a lot of randomness.
As a matter of fact, I did.
When?
As a matter of fact, I did. The maps are bigger, obviously, because you have a lot more players. Not so much human players, because again it's 6-on-6, but there's a lot of bots that fill the ground, that fill the maps, and also you got these big ass tines that they need to move around. But even with that said, to me, every time I was playing, and again, maybe this is me being biased or just because it's a new game and just getting excited about it. To me, it felt that it was constant chaos, constant action, constant shooting. I don't think on the beta we were relying as much on teamwork. We did use it, but
we did use it. Yeah, I know we
think
did use it, but it felt more of like a scramble to find the pilots. Like, you had to find the pilots because the pilots gave you the most points. Killing grunts were easy, but you had to scramble to find pilots and take down Titans, of course. And we've always worked well as a team, and the guys we play with work well as a team. So we did use teamwork to get our objectives done, but it still felt like there wasn't much direction. Like what's that game type called? Attrition or arbitration or something?
Yeah, attrition. Attrition is kind of like the team deathmatch.
Right. And it just felt like chaotic, and it just I couldn't really throughout the game I couldn't really judge other than the little icon on the bottom, how the game was going, compared to like Call of Duty. Like when you've taken out like 32 players, like you're in the lead for the team, how the game's going. You're controlling the game. I didn't feel that with Titanfall.
But see, I think that was kind of like the point that I was making earlier, where it reaches out to like your casual gamers or just all audiences. Yeah, it's exactly that, because you on a Call of Duty, when you're playing against a skilled player or whatnot, you can see. I mean, you can see it on this one too, on Titanfall, by looking at your stats as the game is going. Yeah. But you don't know if it's a human or since you don't know if it's human or bot that you're shooting or that you're killing, it gives this sense of, oh shit, I'm killing people. That's the first thing I thought when I was playing. I didn't at the time that I was killing somebody. I didn't make
Bacon. You're all excited about getting kills. What, you never got
No,
kills
but think
before?
about it. Yeah, think about it. You don't get at the moment that you see something. I think even Killer Kron said this when we were playing it. I'm just shooting at everything that moves. I think he said something like that. So as you're killing stuff, you're not thinking, oh, I'm going for the. I'm pretty sure this is. I'm pretty sure you're not doing this either. Where if you would see an AI that is just standing there or whatever, you wouldn't just bypass him and go for the pilot. You would still shoot him and do whatever you could. And that's the thing about this game. This game rewards you. Even if you're a shitty player, you can get your kills by those bots or teamwork or whatever it might be, and you still get points, it might help you get up on that list on I don't know if you'll be the number one spot, but it'll still help. Where on a Call of Duty, if you suck at Call of Duty and you're not getting your kills, you're not gonna get your kill streaks.
You're screwed on this game.
Right. No,
Just
and I don't think you'll suck at Titanfall because of the same point that I'm trying to make. I think Call of Duty really rewards the good players, and if you're a shitty player, you don't get as rewarded. Where in Titanfall, by you killing bots, it's still helping with your timer when it comes to the Titanfall being deployed. If you guys, I don't know if people are aware of that, but the more kills you get on Titanfall as you're killing players or bots, it reduces your timer for the time for you to get the time. So I think it helps. Again, it helps with all audiences there. But again, the different games. The problem is that it's gonna get stacked up against the Call of Duties again because of just of what it is and also being that first Xbox game where people are like, okay, this is it. Again, I don't think it's revolutionary, if you will, but I think it takes enough of your. Actually, here I'll use you as an example. I know that you've always liked those mech games a lot. What was it, Mech Warrior or?
Yeah, I played a lot.
I don't know
Mech
which
Warrior
mech game.
on Xbox One or the first Xbox.
The first Xbox, exactly.
And
so think
I
about
used to
that
play
game.
the
I played that game.
like physical characters, like we would go and buy.
Yeah.
action
So
figures.
think about that game. I played that game as well. I didn't like it that much. I don't know if you can guess what do you think I didn't like that game that much?
At the time, that game was pretty dope, dude. What the heck are you talking about? I'm disappointed.
How? Let me ask you this: How slow? Again, I hate to compare a game that came out 10 years ago or whatever it was, but think of how slow those mechs were. Those things
Depends
were.
on what mech you had, though. Some were faster,
Dude, in
some
general, any of the
I know what you're
95%
talking
or
about.
90%
You're
of
talking
those.
about the feel, the movement speed of the
Yeah,
mech,
yeah,
and it felt
it's
really
not.
good to you.
Where on Titanfall, look at what they did there. So Titanfall incorporates a lot of different things. They like the Titans again, the mechs, if you will, the Titanfall's using. They move with like. Again, here goes the cheesy words again, but they're like moving with elegance. They smoothly flow through the battlefield, and you don't. With other games, you didn't see that. With any of the other games that I played, even Hawken, I know we didn't play. I know we didn't play Hawken that much on the PC, but even Hawken being a faster mech game than anything before it, there's no fluidity like on Titanfall. And again, I think it's enough of a fresh feel to it, where even though we've seen mechs before, even though we've seen jetpacks before with like the Halo Reach and all that shit, even though we've seen just run and gun style with your Call of Duties or whatever other games you want to use, they're incorporating a lot of different things, mixing them together, and it works. I think it works. I think it's going to do really well. And to your point, as far as how long will you really last with this game, it'll probably come down just to hopefully the game will launch with enough maps. There's a lot of rumors going on that it'll be at least a minimum of 10 maps or more, which is good. And just content, right? I mean, just giving us content and not dropping the ball like unfortunately your Gears of War judgments and all that shit. But
yeah, if
but
you guys
we'll see.
come out with a game, if any big company ever watches this, which they probably won't, because this is our first podcast. So if any game comes out and you say, "Oh, I'm gonna come out with this new game and I'm gonna bring out all this maps and to make all these people pay all this money. Don't cut off support like as soon as the contract.
Yeah, don't.
I don't know. It just
Yeah,
like,
you're killing your art.
Gears of War Judgment. Was it Gears of War Judgment? No, it was Gears of War 3. That was what it was. It was. As soon as the
bro, that
DLC
was a very
that, gone.
That was an effed up move on Epic's part.
Yeah, it was bad.
The way that you just shut down your community like that, especially where, and again, Gears might not have been the. Well, actually, no. I think Gears was a pretty big franchise. I mean, probably followed by Halo, I would say.
Yeah,
but I think Gears helped the 360 a lot.
Yeah, and I remember going onto the forums and just seeing just people complaining about this and about that and about this and about that. No updates, nothing. Nothing was fixed. Like, they didn't mention anything. They just immediately started working on Gears of War Judgment. And they made a bunch of money off of Gears of War Judgment, too, because everyone was tired of the crap of 3. Gears of War Judgment was a pretty solid game.
And that's the part that was so effed up, dude.
Yeah, it was bad.
No. Judgment was solid, but the problem is that, to your point, I mean, the way that they just cut from root type of thing with the community, it was horrible, dude. I mean, the way that they just kind of dropped us, and yeah, not good.
But it's hard though.
Not good at all.
It's hard though because what did we do? Even though we went through that shit with the Gears of War 3, we still went out and we bought Judgment, and so we kind of let them get away with it.
Yeah. Well, Gears of War 3, Gears of War 3 was more, if I remember correctly, was like the modded controllers and and all that shit.
Oh yeah. I remember.
With Judgment, it seemed like that got fixed, or at least it wasn't as obvious, I guess you could say. Where in 3, that was very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem though was that they just. Let's not talk about Gears anymore. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, back to Titanfall, dude. I'm telling you, dude, I think it's gonna do good. I think it's gonna do good.
He's gonna be first in line. He'll be right there at the door.
Yes.
But
yeah, I think it's gonna do good, man. I think it's gonna, again, really captivate all audiences across the board. And I think we'll have fun with it. It'll be interesting to see, since now we have more than 6 people that we normally play with. When you're talking about, with all the respect, of course, to like Jaeger, and I think Swas is probably gonna join as well. And that's always shitty when you have to be like, man, well, I'm playing with this dude now. We have 6 people playing, but Moss all of a sudden decides to play, even though he hardly ever plays, and now we have to drop other people to pick up Moss. So.
Response to our friend Moss, if he watches this, you do not play anymore. You leave your friends behind, which sucks. So, but anyway, we have a rule within the core 4.
Bro, he's getting.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have the rule within the core 4, even though we play with Jaeger recently, Jaeger a lot lately. We'll play with Killicron or Junior. If one of the core 4 comes in, we always play together. That's one of the rules, and so that's something that I've always thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You just know.
Chinchilla, bitch.
Yeah, right. So, and the other thing I wanted to touch on real quick: if you do suck at Call of Duty and you try to play Titanfall, just pick another game. Just don't buy it. Play something else, okay? Or you could.
And again, the reason that I feel
Bacon, some people will kill because he's not that good anyway.
And again, I don't know if we're gonna keep talking about Titanfall or not, but I know in Gears I kept saying movement and this and that. Titanfall has that. I don't think people understand when you've been year after year after year, you've been forced to. Well, I shouldn't say forced, because you still have a choice as a consumer. But when there's nothing else and your buddies or friends or whatever are playing Call of Duty, you jump on the bandwagon. I've never been, and I'm sure Almighty will say this. Well, yeah, but and again, I'm sure you'll agree with me. I've never been a big Call of Duty guy. I've still bought and played with Almighty and everyone else Call of Duty, but Almighty will tell you, I'm not the best in Call of Duty, and I've never really been that good in Call of Duty. Gears, I think I excel a lot better than I did in Call of Duty. And even though in Titanfall it has a similar mix or formula like a Call of Duty game would be, I feel good about it. I think I did okay. I know it's only beta, but I think I'll do a lot better than I would do on a Call of Duty or
You know
Battlefield.
how
But I think the reason for that though is uh, I think movement has a lot to do with it. Not that on the Call of Duty games you can't really move, but I don't think people are playing Titanfall like you should be playing Titanfall, which is the little all the parkour elements to it and the jetpack and sidewall running and all that crap. I think that'll set the bar apart, kind of like with a Gears game where you could tell when you're wall bouncing and this and that. You could tell, more skilled players apart than others. I think the same will happen with Titanfall. But again, it's man, just so fluid. And again, can't say enough about it.
We'll see. Now, don't
shit.
forget too that not everyone had played the beta, so you're going to start seeing those players get in
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
and they're going to be
Exactly.
playing that crap 24/7. With most games, the more you play it, the better you are, and so you'll see people just flying off walls like nothing and just owning you completely. So I look forward to that,
Yep.
and I think we should just end it right there because we've already been talking for I think about an hour now. So
No idea.
and then we can think of like topics and stuff for our next
Cool.
podcast. So this was the very first podcast, and sorry for A, the lag, B, my constant coughing, and the awkwardness because of the lag at certain times. So we'll try to fix those things for future podcasts.
I don't have to apologize about my nipples. I don't think that you can see
there
them,
was
but
no male nudity, so that's good. We can at least make this able to
I
be
tried.
added to
I tried.
YouTube. But appreciate you finally coming in and joining me, Bacon. And then I look forward to doing this more. What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I mean, we get to share our lovely little peace of minds with whoever decides to listen to this.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with having opinions about these games. So
Right.
and just see where things go.
And the thing is like if you don't agree with us, or if you guys want to add on to what we were talking about, or maybe we got something wrong, tell us. Let me know. Comments, or you guys can come to my Twitter. I'm gonna put my Twitter account in the description. I'll go ahead and put Bacon's in there too, so he can get some friends. He needs a couple.
Just remember the bacon horns.
Yes.
That's all you got to remember.
Yeah, and then
You'll see what I'm talking about with Twitter.
right. And we wanted to start doing this just because we've been playing games for a long time. I mean, my first game was Zelda on NES, and I was about 5 years old.
Zelda was your first game?
Zelda was my
Not
first,
Mario?
No, it was not. It was Zelda. Zelda on the
Really?
gold cartridge.
Yeah. Gold
Yeah.
cartridge.
Yeah. it
Actually,
was
hold
my
on one
first game
second.
ever. First game
Hold on
ever.
a second.
What do you mean? Are you telling me you got it? He probably has it. He probably has it. See, he's gonna tell me that he has it. If I ever got one of those, I would probably like get it and frame it because that was the first game that I ever played. And like I said, I remember it even now. And I was over at like a friend's house, and they said, "Hey, come over here and play this." And they're like, I was watching them play the Zelda game, and then he let me play it. If you have it, if he has it, can't hear you. There you go.
There we go. Dude, I have it.
You
I
do?
have the NES right here. But the game itself, I have it on the garage. But
Is it the
yep.
gold-plated one?
Yep, it's the gold-plated one, dude.
You're gonna give it to me.
Gold-plated one.
You're gonna give it to me.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
So I have I have the NES with the gold-plated Zelda, bro. It's downstairs. So I have to.
But
I
I'm
know
serious.
exactly where it's
That
at.
was the first game that I played, and I was just saying, I remember everything about it. And I've played games ever since. And I think I just have a lot of experience by now. I mean, I just turned 29, so That's, you know, what, 24 years of experience playing video games.
26.
So
5.
You know, and when was your first game? I don't know if you remember or not.
Oh yeah, first game, first console, first everything, NES, Super Mario, of course.
Okay, so
That's all. When you said Zelda, I was like, what?
How old were you? Do you remember?
Let me see. Born 82, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was probably 5 or
You're
6.
about the same age as I was when I started playing too, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, I was probably 5 or 6.
Because yeah, that's exactly how old I was, and like I said, I remember everything about it. And after that, what have I played a lot of Sega. I played.
Oh, you're a Sega boy?
I did.
No.
I had one of the game.
Hold on, you played Sega instead of the Super Nintendo?
No, I had both. I had Super Nintendo and I played.
Oh, okay.
Sega. Come on.
Uh-oh.
Old school
Baller.
Sonic, Tyson
Baller.
boxing. What was it? Or was it? No, it was Evander Holyfield
No,
boxing.
that.
He had a boxing game
Bro,
on Sega, and you would fight Mike Tyson.
Bro, no. Sega did not have a Mike Tyson game. Nintendo had a Mike Tyson game, which was Punch Out.
No.
Sega did not have
Look it
one.
up.
Punch Out.
Look it up. It was either Mike Tyson or Evander Holyfield. One of the two had.
Probably Evander Holyfield, not.
It was one of the two, but
Mike.
I remember you could go in the game and you can actually fight Mike Tyson. I know on Punch Out, I think you could fight Mike Tyson too, but Altered Beast. Let's see, where did I move up from that?
Yeah, Ultra Beast was good.
I did Super Nintendo.
There was
I had Game Boys.
There was a Buster Douglas boxing.
That's what it was. Buster Douglas.
And that, I'm sorry, my friend, but that game had absolutely nothing on Punch Out.
Oh, dude,
absolutely nothing.
That game was so fun because you'd be like this. All it was just 2D, and you just throw out the punches as quickly as you can. Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? I take that back. There was an Evander Holyfield as well.
Oh, was there?
Evander Holyfield boxing, yeah.
It was so
there was an Evander Holyfield.
I don't remember which one it was, but I remember playing it over at my uncle's house. But I played it. I even played Atari.
All right, bro, cut it. People are not gonna be viewing this if it's
I'll save it
a million hours long.
I know it's like an hour long. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like our conversation, and if you like my past videos, definitely click the link to subscribe because we'll be putting these out more often, or at least I'll try to put these out more often. And I'm gonna have different guests as well, different friends of mine and stuff like that, and we'll just be talking about games, or we'll be talking about life or whatever. And so again, thank you, Bacon, appreciate it, and we'll see you guys later. All right. And
Later.